So this is a quick video on my engineered septic tank that I have. There's the tanks, the drain fields up there. I came out the other day and you can see my alarm light is still on, but the siren was on. And I went through some troubleshooting. There's not a lot of videos on here about how to go through troubleshooting one of these, but they're pretty simple. You either have an issue with your pump, or with your aerator, or with your pump inside. So the first thing I did was I went up there. I have a valve. I opened it up. You can hit pump test right here on the side. Did that. The water came out. I actually did. Don't ever take that first one off, and I don't ever mess with that one. But this is where the clean water is, where your pump is. I took this cover off, and the water level was fine. The alarm, the float that sets the alarm off, the water was nowhere near the alarm float, so I knew it wasn't a pump issue. Come over here, and the aerator was working, but it was making a funny noise. So what I did, if you look up underneath here, I have it disconnected. There's a hose that runs down there to it. So what I did is I took it off, and there's no air being blown in here. So I know that this is my problem. These things are about $300 for a new one, maybe more. But you can get parts for it off of Amazon fairly cheap. And when I say fairly cheap, not $300, but more like 50 or 75. They're really easy to work on. It's got 4 screws on the corner, 1 on the top. This one right here, if you just take it off, it has your filter inside that you're supposed to clean at least every 6 months or so. Once you get the 4 screws off, this peels off. And then you have this filter, which was wrapped around, so you pull it off. Make sure your power's off before you do any of this. So make sure the compressor is off. So then down here, this is where your diaphragms are. They're in here. And what it does, it just goes back and forth like that and pumps air. There's 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this clamp right here. All you have to do is remove that, these 4 screws, and you'll end up with it looking like this on the other side. But peel it off. So that's your diaphragm. So see how it's ripped? I mean, this was the other side. Once you get into there, this part will peel off. It's still kind of stuck on there, but see, you can pull it off. And then there's a nut right here that you need to remove to replace to put the new one on. Here's what the new one looks like. And this is what the old one looked like. So yeah, so not good. So all you gotta do is remove that nut. This part comes off. Make sure that you line it up. See this little tab right here? Will fit there in that side. So you wanna make sure you flip it around. That's so that tab lines up, just like that. And once you put everything back together, make sure all your bolts are in, clamps are on, cover's on, flip it back on, and you should be working. You can get these off of Amazon for, like I said, about 50 or 75 bucks. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. Thanks.